guys, it's been a while since I've done my last video. I have a good reason. I was graduating from college trying to get my CIS cybersecurity degree, and I succeeded. I've uploaded Beat Saber videos, and I also went to Star Wars Celebration last month, and I have some video recordings and stuff of that I've recorded online, but it's been I think a year since I've actually uploaded a video of me, I guess, showing a new piece of tech or my toys or my sneakers. And in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a review on the Oculus Quest, or as I say, my Vader Immortal machine. I'll also be doing a video on my Star Wars Celebration experience, the toys I got, the other merch I got, the people that I met, and just that overall experience. Then later I'll also be doing a update on my sneakers. I've gotten, I think, 10 or 15 sneakers. Some I've sold, some I've resold, some I've traded, but I'll go over all the details of that as well. And then I will also be doing a video next month on when I get the Valve Index, the Steam VR headset. I should be getting that around June 28th. But yeah, so please stick around. Today's video is going to be over the Oculus Quest. I guess before I go over the specs of the headset, I have to say first that this is not a Valve Index. This is not a Vive Pro. It's not even a PlayStation VR. It's a standalone headset that you don't need anything else other than when you buy the box of the headset that comes with the controllers. You're not going to see PC VR like graphics. You're not going to get that super large field of view. I think comparable to other headsets, it has the same field of view of an Oculus Quest. Not an Oculus Quest. The first Oculus Rift. Now let me say, I haven't been there for VR since, I guess, the ground floor, like the DK2 or the Vive Pre. The first headset that I got was in May of 2016 with the Vive, but I have played every VR game. Not every VR game, but I've tried like some of the best experiences in VR games. And out of all the experiences that I've had, the best one was on this headset with the Vader Immortal experience. And I'll get back into that later in the video, but right now I want to talk about the specific specs of the headset. So for each eye, it has a 1440 by 1600 resolution. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM. As I said, I don't know the exact number, but it has a field of view comparable to the Oculus Rift. It has a Snapdragon 835 mobile chipset, and when I was reading the specs, I was like, this thing won't be able to push anything. Like, I think comparable to, like, I guess you want to say like a GPU, like a 1060, I know it has less than 50% of that power. And when you put on the headset, oh, it also has an OLED display. But when you put on the headset, all those worries go away. I don't know if it's the OLED display or just the optimization that they did, but the games look really, really good. Beat Saber was a really fun experience. I also tried out Super Hot VR, and I also tried out Vader Immortal. There's a whole bunch of games that are available, but I already have a Vive, and literally on my Vive I have like 70, 80 games. So I'm not gonna go in and just buy a whole bunch of VR games, especially ones that I've already played over and over again, just so I can play them on the Oculus Quest. Maybe if I'm going out of town or whatever, it's like, oh, I want to play this game while I'm out of town, but I probably won't be spending money on a whole bunch of titles. So, first game I'm going to talk about is Vader Immortal, and as I was saying, it's the best VR experience that I've ever played. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I know I have a video with the Star Wars 40th anniversary figures from a couple years ago, and I also told you I'm going to be doing a video on Star Wars Celebration, but like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I have comics, books, merch. I have enough shirts to wear. I have enough shirts to be able to wear a Star Wars shirt for a month straight, and they can just all be like Star Wars shirts. I don't know if I said encyclopedias, but I have encyclopedias as well. I have Kylo Ren's Force Effects lightsaber. I have Luke's Force Effects lightsaber. I just have a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff. Legos, every Star Wars thing you can imagine, I have at least one of them. So when I heard that they were going to be making a Star Wars experience for VR, I was really excited. But I was kind of sad when I heard it was going to be exclusive to the Oculus Quest. I really never planned on getting an Oculus VR headset. I enjoyed the HTC Vive I have, and then also you can see here I have the Vive Pro, and I said that I had pre-ordered a Valve Index, which I'll be doing a video on later next month, but I really never planned on getting an Oculus device, and I was hoping that when Vader Immortal was announced that it's going to be coming to the Oculus Rift S and the Oculus Rift, and with a program called Revive, you're able to go back and play Oculus exclusive games using the software, and it remaps buttons and allows you to play on the Vive. But they were smart, and they allowed it to only be exclusive to the Quest. I don't know if it's going to be a month, I don't know if it's going to be 2 months, but if you want to play Vader Immortal right now, the only place you're able to play is on Oculus Quest. So I thought the experience was going to be okay. And I remember when ILMX was explaining the experience, they were saying it wasn't really an experience. They said it wasn't really a game. They said they couldn't really explain exactly what it was. So for people that don't know, I'm not going to get into spoiler territory, so feel free to watch this video. I'm going to be talking about certain scenes and some characters show up, but I won't be going into like depth of story. So for you guys that don't know, Vader Immortal is an experience where you go to Mustafar, and you actually, the Mustafar planet, volcanic planet that we see first time in Revenge of the Sith, and we also see later in Rogue One when we see Vader's castle. So with that experience, you are a smuggler slash treasure hunter, and you are just going across the galaxy looking for relics and stuff like that, and you're passing through the Outer Rim, and you're passing through the star system where Mustafar is located. So, let me not go into spoiler territory, but basically you get tractor beamed to Mustafar, and you are pulled down to Vader's castle. And I remember, like, when I did my first VR experience was the HTC Vive, and I did the lab, and I was seeing the balloons and all stuff in the experience, and it was cool, and I was like, wow, this is the future. But literally, not even just on my arm, but when I saw Vader's castle, like, goosebumps just like went all across my entire body. Like, I've tried the Lenovo VR headset. I have that. That's like the lightsaber duel, and you can do the hollow chest. I've also done Trials on Tatooine with the HTC Vive, but it was like they took all of that research, all of that stuff that they done, and they just combined into one perfect thing. That was the first time. I mean, I've been immersed in other games, but with that experience, I felt like I was actually like in Star Wars. Like I was like, I'm in this. Like I'm a part of this. And I remember even, I don't want to get into spoilers, but I remember when Vader first confronted me. I don't know if you guys remember, but in Empire Strikes Back, when Darth Vader is talking to the hologram of the Emperor, he walks into his little chamber thing, and he like gets on like one knee and like bows and like, yes, master. He's talking about that. Literally. I know this is talking about weird, but literally when Vader like walked in the room, like I did that exact thing. I got in there, I was like, okay, Lord Vader, sir. And it was just like, it was, also some stormtroopers were pointing some blasters at me in 1 second. I had my arms up. They didn't tell you to put your arms up, but it was like, it was just that immersive. And then you also get to wield a lightsaber. There's some points where you have to climb ladders. There's another point where you're climbing up a pipe, and the pipe literally snaps, and you have to like hold on to it, and it's just like all these little things, and the graphics are nice too. Like that's another thing I was talking about earlier. I thought the graphics would be bad. I mean, it has a 1440 by 1600 refresh rate, but with the Snapdragon 835 chip, with the power of optimization, they're allowed to do a lot. And like even with like PC versus consoles and stuff like that, when you're constructing like a PC game, you're constructing it around not just hundreds, not even thousands, I guess tens of thousands of different configurations of PC software. Like you might have a strong GPU, but somebody might have a different CPU. It's just like all this stuff, like vast software. But like when it comes to like lockdown systems like the Oculus Quest or even the Xbox One X or PlayStation 4 Pro. Like, I was telling my friend Jacob, when Uncharted 4 came out, like, the facial animation and everything Naughty Dog is like able to do just with the power of their engine and then optimization of making it only for like one or two devices, they're literally able to push the technology till it's like on its knees. And like that's what they did with, I mean, it's only like the first, they only had the headset. Obviously with like consoles and stuff like that, after like years and stuff like that, you're able to like learn more and more about technology, and that's why you have like games like went early that come out, and then like later towards the end of the generation you have like a crazy graphical leap. But with Vader Immortal, I would say it looks somewhere above or somewhere in between PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 graphics. But with for virtual reality, everything doesn't have to look that great, but it's a phenomenal headset. And I remember towards the end of the Vader Immortal experience, as I said, I thought it was going to be an experience. I knew it wasn't going to be a game. I was looking, there's a part where there's a whole duel, and Vader's across the room fighting some robots, and I was fighting robots and stuff like that. I'm having fun fighting the robots and stuff like that, but like, it's Darth Vader in the room fighting. Like, I don't care about what I'm doing with my lightsaber. I want to watch Darth Vader go ham on them. Like, I'm not worried about me. I'm like at the same time I'm trying to defend myself. Because, like, they're doing, like, fancy maneuvers and stuff like that. I'm trying to defend myself and stuff like that. I'm also trying to look at Darth Vader, like, force choking people and, like, throwing them up against the wall and just chopping them up. And that was only, I don't know if I said it, but that it's an episodic journey. It's going to be 3 episodes. That was only the first freaking episode. It was better than anything I've ever done in virtual reality. Like, okay, this is powerful, but, oh, gosh. You know, I hate exclusives, but like, it's just that was the first episode. I can't even imagine what they're gonna be able to do with the other episodes. But I'm really excited. What the ILMX did an amazing job. It wasn't, I guess, violent, but like, you know, Disney owns Lucasfilm now, so it's kind of like you don't know what they're gonna do. That worry kind of went away with the Rogue One hallway scene with Darth Vader, but like, yeah, I'm super excited to see how far they just push anything. And as I said, that was just the first episode of my favorite virtual reality experience already. Also, 2 other games I did was Super Hot, which was Super Hot and Beat Saber. I'm actually pretty good at Beat Saber. I can actually play on Expert with the fast mode. I can't do Expert Plus. Maybe with a little more practice. I've been playing on my Vive for months, but Expert Plus is just like a whole nother level. But, oh, I didn't say, with the Vive Pro and all the other headsets, I believe, they have refresh rates of 90. I'm super excited for the Valve Index next month because it has a refresh rate of 120 overclockable to 144 Hz. But the Oculus Quest, I guess that kind of allows them to be able to push graphics more and stuff like that, but it actually has a refresh rate of only 72 Hz. And not all other headsets have refresh rates of 90. I forgot the PlayStation VR headset has a refresh rate of 60. But I guess with setting the refresh rate under 90 and setting at 72, it allows them to push the graphics more. But I can feel the refresh rate difference between the Vive Pro and even though it's only 20, I can feel it, the difference. But also the controllers. I've never had the Oculus controllers, so I guess like the Oculus controllers are kind of like this, but for the Oculus Quest, it kind of has like this whole like rim, and I guess it allows it to track better because I can't really show them, but for the Vive, you have 2 base stations on the wall, and with those 2 base stations, you have to play in the boundary. But with the Oculus Quest, okay, so with the Vive, you have to have 2 base stations in the room, and you have to play within the boundaries of the headset. And I remember with Vader Immortal, when I was playing, I had gone through Lightspeed. I'd been tractor beamed down to Vader's castle, and I was like, you know, my room, I had a lot of stuff in the room, so I was like, let me do something that I've never been able to do with the Vive. I literally, as I said, there's no wires or anything, so I just took my headset I took the 2 controllers and I went down to the living room, and with the Oculus Quest, you actually are able to, you don't need the base station, you put your hand out and you can actually create a player space around the room or whatever room you're in, and then that's just your boundaries, that's just where you play. I know the only place you can't play, well, obviously you can't play in like a public building or whatever, that would be idiotic because people run and hit you or whatever. But you can't play outside in where there's sunlight, because if it's too bright, the tracking kind of gets messed up. I don't know if you could play in pitch black. Probably not because of the cameras, but I've seen videos of people playing when like the sun is going down or like at sunset. They were actually able to play outside in an entire like backyard, entire front yard. And I remember during the Vader Immortal, my family room is a bigger player space. So I was playing Vader Immortal, and then my brother came in. He was like talking on the phone. He was like, "Oh yeah, my brother's just playing VR. And it's like really cool because he's able to play whatever player space." And then after the experience was done, I came back here to play Beat Saber, because with Beat Saber you don't need to stand in place. But it's so crazy what you're going to be able to do with this. Like, the biggest drawback for virtual reality, I guess, has been first price, which I guess this headset is still expensive. It's, as I was saying, it's $400 for a 64 gigabyte, 128 gigabyte one is $500. But compared to like other headsets like the Vive Pro, if you want to get just the Vive Pro headset, I'm not sure if it's still the same. But I remember when I bought it, it was $800 for the headset standalone. If you wanted to get the headset, base stations, and the controller, it was $1,200, and it still might be the same, which is like absolutely ridiculous. And even with the Valve Index that I'm getting next month, if you wanted to buy the entire bundle with the new knuckle controllers, the headset, and the 2.0 base station, was $1,000. I already have the 1.0 base stations and they're compatible with the new headset, so I bought the $749 bundle that comes with the new knuckle controllers that are able to track your fingers, and then the new Valve Index headset. As I was saying, just the biggest draw has been price and stuff like that. And also, like, every time I would show somebody my headset, they'd be like, "Oh, what do I need to do to be able to play it, to be able to buy it?" And I'd be like, "Oh, you already have to buy this really expensive headset, and then you also have to have a powerful computer to power it and to render the image." And with that was over like $1,000. But with this, you spend $400, you get an entire VR experience. And I've seen different stories that people have been saying where they took it to work, or they showed their brothers or their friends, and their friends would be like, "Oh, how much does it cost?" And they'd be like, "Do I need a PC to power it?" And they'd be like, "No," and it's like $400. And then they'd be like, "Okay, I'll be right back." They'd be gone for like 30 minutes, and then they come back with their own headset themselves. And with virtual reality, it's like, people were telling me stories and stuff like before I got my Vive and before I experienced virtual reality. Like, it's something you can describe to somebody, and you can like try to explain it, but until you see it with your own eyes, and with the Oculus Quest being able to be taken anywhere, you just show somebody it and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want this. I want to be able to experience." And it has like exercise different stuff. I know it has programs where you can watch. I haven't tried it yet, but I know the NBA Finals is going on right now, so I'm gonna try to watch the NBA Finals in virtual reality. And you can watch TV. I tried Netflix. So yeah, as I was saying, like, if you have the money, I'd highly recommend it. It kind of surprised me because, as I was saying before in the video, I literally got it just before Vader Immortal. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. That's the only reason I got it. But I can see myself going to a friend's house and, like, I guess we're just hanging out or whatever. Oh, I want to take a break. I can play some Beat Saber. I can go. Oh, I didn't even touch on in Vader Immortal. As I was saying, you can use a lightsaber. It has this thing called Vader's Dojo, which allows you to fight waves and waves of like the robot ball things that we see in A New Hope, and also some like droids for training. And I thought there was going to be a certain amount of levels that came out with each episode, and if there is even more levels that come out with each episode, that's actually going to be insane. So with most of these wave shooters, they go up pretty high, but with this kind of experience, first of all, Vader Immortal is $10, which is, as I think, ridiculously underpriced for what you're getting. But I thought it was gonna be like 10 waves, maybe 20 waves, or I'm going on and on. I think I'm on wave 18 right now, and so I go to the settings to see how many more waves there are. There is 40 waves. I'm literally already having trouble on 18. Like, I'm gonna have some footage to show of me playing Vader Immortal, but I was struggling. I was literally struggling on 18. I can't even imagine by the time you get to level 40. Are you gonna be fighting Vader himself at that level? I don't know, but it's really cool. You can fight in a Mustafar arena. You can fight in the hangar. You can fight in the dojo. And I'm pretty sure as we get more and more through the episodes, there's gonna be even more locations and arena we can fight with. But as I'm just saying, if you are looking into getting into virtual reality or just anything, and you're not wanting to like have to get a PlayStation or a whole computer, and you're just fine with, I guess, just the Oculus Quest, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful headset. It's, compared to other headsets, pretty inexpensive, and it has 6 DoF tracking. I forgot to tell you that. So the way other virtual reality headsets work is with the base stations, it can track your whole body by one scale, but with this, it uses the tracking of the headset and the controller, so everything that's gone on in the front is able to track. So you can't like grab a sword or a knife or whatever from your back, but pretty inexpensive. And drawbacks, but I mean, if you just want to get into the virtual reality like region, I'd highly recommend it. And I guess that's my video today. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm also going to put my Instagram, Twitter, all those details into the links and stuff below. I also want to say thank you to my new editor and recorder, Ami. He's going to be doing a lot of work at me now, and I'm excited to see what we're able to do with the videos, and I hope we get a better experiences than my other previous videos. And okay, hope you guys have a good day. Make sure to like, subscribe, so you can know when I drop my next videos for my sneakers and Star Wars Celebration.